My name is Steve Jacoby. I'm the General Manager for Spatial Information in the Queensland Department of Environment and Resource Management. Spatial Information Group, which I lead, is lead agency for spatial in Queensland Government. We're responsible for all of the mapping and surveying that occurs at the state government level.
My name's Ian Gordon. I'm a manager of the Access Solutions area within Spatial Information within the Department of Environment and Resource Management in Queensland.
Well, coming into the 2011 floods, we were called in to help with the response in terms of mapping all of the flooding that occurred, and then later in the month with Tropical Cyclone Yasi. As the disasters unfolded, we were collecting aerial imagery and flood lines, and they became critical products for many agencies, and we were supplying those for a wide range of business applications. The problem that we're trying to solve is how do we best visualise and consume large volumes of data at the desktop, and Google Earth Enterprise appears to offer significant advantages over many of the other products that we've seen. We ramped up in terms of responding first to the Red Cross, and then as the State Disaster Coordination Centre came to capacity, we then brought our resources in to help with mapping and GIS support. This was all on the back of aerial photography that we captured across what turned out to be 187 towns in Queensland. That event was probably the largest natural disaster in Queensland's history, and the demand for mapping and spatial products was the largest that I've experienced. We had multi-agency demand for information, and we needed to get it to those clients as quickly as possible. So we're talking about hours and days rather than a normal time frame for mapping, which is typically weeks and months. And we needed to get that delivered as soon as possible for relief work, for insurance work, and for the beginning of the reconstruction efforts.
We went straight into basically deployment mode while we were actually getting trained from the Hedloc technical gentleman. We were basically putting up data sets by the minute. Google Earth Enterprise provided Derm with the opportunity to showcase its data sets to other government agencies.
On the production side, we had around 50 of our staff involved who were non-expert, and this was a key point. The product had to be simple to use, and the training needed to be very quick. They had to come up to speed and be operating on the product as soon as possible, and that was a key feature in Google Earth Enterprise.
The Google Earth Enterprise, because of its deployment already in the wide world, it's the common user interface. It's a very easy user experience, minimal training. Within half an hour you can have them up and running, and they can concentrate on the business issues, not the how to use the application issues.
We had huge volumes of information coming from all quarters of the state. Google Earth Enterprise and the Google Earth Pro client that we were using for the first time gave me, as General Manager, the ability to actually see that information on my desktop within hours of having been collected. That was the first time that we've been able to do that, and that was critical for the success of this project.
The solution allowed the department to visualise data sets that were never before possible to view in one solid set. We got the aerial photography, which is high resolution, low level photography. There's no other application we could find could view these data sets. What I've found out the best about the deployment was you could do it from a business perspective and not a technical perspective. So you could actually work with your data, which didn't have to be customised, put it through Google Earth Enterprise Fusion process, and not have to be an expert in how to do it. You could actually use your business skills instead of technical skills to actually deploy it.
We came from a zero starting point and had to get up to speed very quickly. And Hedloc and the training that we received to couple in with those timeframes was terrific, and that training helped us get to the point where we became operational very, very quickly, in a matter of days.
The support we've got from Hedloc with the training, the techos there have been more than helpful with the deployment, and I've been very pleased with the outcome of it. We haven't had to customise any of our data sets. We've used homegrown data sets. We've then fused them into the Google Earth Enterprise client, and that's where we've got most of our intellectual property and our value from the department. No one else has been able to do that before.
We were able to demonstrate through this natural disaster the importance of being able to access volumes of spatial information at the desktop, not just in the department but right across Queensland Government, for use in any application, not just emergency events. 3.5 months ago this event just kicked off. So it's a very short period of time. So we've put out a huge amount of content in that time. And in doing so, we've created a long list of questions and research problems that we're going to need to be resolved. And we look forward to working with Hedloc and the Innovation Centre and helping to resolve some of those. Our goal is to have it used right across the department and potentially across whole of government desktops, to be able to visualise spatial information wherever it's needed and for whatever application, not just for natural disasters. This has just opened the door for visualisation and consumption of spatial right across the government, and it's very much the beginning of what I think will be a very long and productive association with Google Earth Enterprise and Hedloc. The overall experience with Hedloc and Google Earth Enterprise has been really productive and useful, and I think that the future is a very exciting one. We look forward to working with the team again.